Hello, Long Beach. This is Franklin Sims, and welcome to the memo. It was 10:25 p.m., and on the 1700 block of Chestnut Avenue, a man in a vehicle swerved on to a group of juveniles and adults and fired multiple times. Later that morning, on the 900 block of Olive Avenue, another shooting occurred at 6:10 a.m. in the morning. Again, no one was shot. It was a no-hit shooting. Investigators are still investigating the scene. No suspect. And that's exactly why we're here at City Hall. Because in the first week of February, our own Chief Luna promised City Council that in 30 days, he would return with a report on exactly what's going on with the violence and shootings in Long Beach. Councilman Zendaya tepidly asked the staff to consider a quick 30-day turnaround of a report on what she called quality of life crimes and the terrible increase in shootings.
As council members, our first priority is the safety of our residents. And given the recent shootings and other high-profile acts of violence in our city, especially in the First District, I felt that I must ensure to my residents that we are doing everything within our power to bring this to an end.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. I am here with all of you tonight, listening to every word that all of you are saying very intently. I'm available to answer any question you have regarding violent crime, or as a matter of fact, almost any crime going on in the city.
Well, it's way past the 30-day deadline, but still, we have no answers from the chief. He didn't present a report, and we still don't know what's going on. Well, the chief blamed it on COVID-19 and early release. He says that too many prisoners are being let out, and they're the reason for the gun violence. Our Vice Mayor, Rex Richardson, wanted to know more. He asked the chief to bring some data so that we could flush this out and get to the bottom of it. We still have no data. We still have no answers.
Prevention of shootings is a whole subject. And my question is, where's the data? They complain about people being early released and all of that, but I've listened in on several public safety meetings. Now I listened in on this council meeting, and Chief Luna, every time I've been listening to one of those meetings, Chief Luna has asked for data. Then I follow up to ask, like Susie Price, did you ever get the report from the chief on that data? No, he has none.
Well, when the police chief blamed the shootings on early release inmates, that's exactly what Vice Mayor Rex Richardson wanted to know. He wanted to see the numbers. Show me the data. Listen to this exchange.
Vice Mayor, is that you again?
The question for the chief and the request. Chief, can we make sure, I'd love to, you mentioned some of the issues with respect to, folks being let out early with due to COVID-19. I'd love to hear more specifically how many of the early release folks have been perpetuating these crimes. I'd love to know some specifics.
Yes, sir, Vice Mayor. If I hear your question, you want to know how many prisoners have been released due to COVID between LA County Jail and the state prison system?
Well, the correlation between that and the violence that's happening in the community. I'd love to understand that. So some data to help flesh that point out.
Absolutely.
The fact of the matter is that we need these answers from the chief, because the two shootings I mentioned prior, well, one happened on the 6th and the other happened April 7th. Well, on April 9th, there was a shooting on Loma Avenue at 2:30 a.m. Again, no suspect, and no one was hit. But that's a lot of shootings happening in Long Beach. Perhaps Chief Luna is not going to be able to meet that deadline. Well, the shooters, they aren't waiting. And day after day, we find there's another shooting. Even in Daryl Supernaugh's 4th District, there was a recent shooting near the traffic circle. Again, no suspect, and no one was hit. But that's a lot of shootings happening in Long Beach. And how long before one of us is hit? A Long Beach resident, a family member, someone you love. We hope the City Council will get a hold on this. Until then, this is Franklin Sims, reporting for the Memo, reporting for Long Beach. For more premium content, news, and commentary like this, I'd like to invite you to join our private Facebook group, The Memo. We'll be here for you. This is Franklin Sims, reporting for Long Beach, reporting for The Memo.